Hi guys, it's Numistacker here, and I'm back with you again for the last installment of this mega unboxing of coins from NGC. They say that disasters come in three. They say that London buses come in three. Sometimes that actually is quite true. However, it's not often that mega unboxings come in three, but it's your lucky day today because here is the most amazing selection of coins that have been put in for grading by the Silver Forum members. And if you like sovereigns, you are in for a real treat, but let's make a start. Okay, so the first one out the box is an unfortunate, not really a disaster. This is a really interesting coin. This was bought at the London Coin Show by me from a French dealer, and I tried to pick out the best quality coins that he had at the price I wanted to pay. And this one is a BB 10 franc. BB is the Lille mint. Very rare, very few of them have been graded. Unfortunately, it got surface hairlines. However, the other one that I bought at the same time from him, the Ceres head 10 franc, did a bit better, which I was pleased to say. As I said before, if you like sovereigns, you're in for a treat. There is a whole load of sovereigns that were graded by one of the Silver Forum members. I mean, some of these are really, really nice coins. This particular one, 1917 C, Canada, pretty rare coin, the 17. Obviously, the 16 is the absolute key Canadian sovereign rarity. Very few of those. They were mostly melted down. But the 17 is also a pretty nice coin, and this one and also the 1871, owned by the same person, both got great grades. And this 63 is really good for a shield sovereign. Even with a tiny little rim ding, it's still got a 63 rather than a details grading, which is really great. MS60, very unusual grade for any coin. 60 is very, very rarely given because usually it's a 58 or a 61. That 60 grade is very unusual, somewhere sits in the middle, and if you look at any of the population reports, very, very few 60s are given. Any sovereign that gets a 58 or more is certainly worthwhile grading. 58 I think is a really nice grade because the coins look very good, they present very well, they're real coins in the sense they've been used in kind of currency. You know, and 55, 53, 55, 58 are all nice AU grades and with good coins, and certainly not as expensive as buying MS coins in the highest grade, but still a great way of filling out a collection. So never ignore 58 coins. I buy 58 sovereigns, and although it's nice to have 61s and 63s, you know, those can be a much higher premium and pretty unaffordable. One or two of these sovereigns unfortunately got details gradings. With this one's got a scratch. You can see I didn't see this, obviously didn't look close enough when I put all these sovereigns in for grading. Might have picked this one out to say don't grade it if I had done, so apologies for that. That probably shouldn't have been graded. Then we've got a 62 Jubilee head, Australian one. There were roughly half the number of these Jubilee heads produced in Australia. So if you look at the mintages, they're much, much smaller than the GB mintages. Always worth looking out for Australian sovereigns. It's my particular favourite. The ones I look out for are the Melbourne sovereigns in particular with shieldbacks. That's my favourite. I'm hoping at some stage to build a complete collection of those in high grade, but I'm not doing amazingly well in that goal so far because some of them are pretty damn expensive, and you know, the high prices kind of put me off sometimes, as they might put you off as well. So bit by bit I'll be finding coins. I've got a lovely 1882 Melbourne which I really like, which I picked up, and a few others 1884, but none of the real rare ones yet. Again, more of these AU sovereigns. I think, you know, when you're looking for sovereigns on eBay, Don't be, take a look at the ones that are NGC or PCGS graded. I think sometimes it's hard to tell what these grades should be, and you can easily make a mistake and pick up something. There's a lot of bad sovereigns on eBay. Always look for the braiding round Victoria's hair. Check, to always look at the fields to see how clean they are. But if you want to mitigate risk, pick up graded sovereigns on eBay where you know exactly what grade they are, you know what you're buying. They're often not very much more expensive than buying raw coins. Maybe you don't have the fun of grading them, but you'll be able to build up a nice collection of quality sovereigns pretty easily. And of course some of the George V sovereigns are available in very high grades because they weren't very much circulated, so it's worth taking a look at those. You can pick up 64s or 65s quite happily. Jubilee head already was getting to a period where there weren't that many circulated, so there's lots of high grade Jubilee heads. These particular ones did very well. These are half sovereigns, and you can pick these up for pretty close to bullion prices, and if you do get a chance to pick these up at a good price, then they're certainly worth picking up, and they're nicer to have in your collection sometimes than some of the more recent Queen Elizabeth sovereigns, also some of which are very nice, and particularly the ones that are in the early part of her reign I think are going to be quite desirable in the future. So another 1871 sovereign with a St George at the back. A lot of these dates have lots of different varieties, so you can pick on a few years and get shields, get St Georges, get Australian sovereigns, Canadian sovereigns sometimes, also South African sovereigns are also available. And I just had a South African sovereign, a 1928 South African sovereign, which I sent to NGC for grading, not because it's particularly valuable, but because I just wanted to have a South African sovereign in my sovereign collection. This is a 5 franc piece from 1864, very nice. I might make a video just on French coins, because I just want to put forward the case that early French coins are very, very undervalued compared to how many of them there are about, and they are certainly something that I think will do better in the future once people recognise that these coins are pretty rare and should be valued at quite a lot more than bullion sometimes. But meanwhile, you can pick up French coins pretty cheaply, and they make a great collection. So it's one area where I certainly recommend something French. I go for wine and I go for coins at the moment. This one is great, at 64 India sovereign, very, very nice, particularly if you collect the modern Indian sovereigns as well. It makes a very nice typeset to have one of these India sovereigns in the collection as well. So let's have a look in the box and see what is next, and it's China's turn. So you've probably seen quite a lot of Chinese older coins and modern coins on these unboxings before. We have a member in the Silver Forum who loves these coins. I love them. They're a firm favourite. Some of them are very valuable. A lot of them are quite difficult to obtain, and it's a great thing for building up a collection. These are 5 yuan silver coins. They were actually picked out for conservation by NCS, but the owner of them decided that it was just a bit of an experiment to grade them, wasn't quite worth conserving them because of the value of the coins doesn't support the extra conservation fee, and that's probably about right. There was one coin in his submissions which turned out to be not genuine, and it just goes to show how difficult it is to tell these coins sometimes, unless you're, and he's a pretty good expert. I mean, pretty much all he collects is Chinese coins, and even he was foxed by this one and thought this one was genuine, and the graders at NGC picked this coin out as not genuine. I don't know whether they've made a mistake, whether that's correct. Be interesting to get his opinion. Colorized coin, but this one apparently is a fake coin. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, because I hate getting these coins when I send these in for grading. I mean, it's interesting to unbox them, but it's a real sad thing having coins that aren't genuine in your collection, and everyone gets taken in by fake coins every now and again. So Beijing Coin Expo 2011, this one got a 69. It's got the little kind of hole in the middle kind of thing. 2017 Auspicious Culture. Every year they produce a set of 4 of these Auspicious Culture coins. I'm not sure that the 2017s are the best one they've produced in the last few years, but each time they do different treatments on the coin, different colours, different kind of gilt and different other things on the coin. I think the 2015-2016 may have been slightly better than the 2017, but it's nice to have them all, and they're not exactly low-cost coins either if you want to put them in your collection, even though they seem to produce quite a few of them in terms of mintage. The Kong Family Mansion. Very nice. I like that coin. I like interiors and kind of three-dimensional coins. The Songyu Temple, World Heritage Temple. There's been lots of coins with that particular phallic object on their coins. 2013 coin with the wine vessel on it. I mean, the Chinese produced such a great variety of coins. I think that it's a shame that not that much information about a lot of these coins gets out to the West, and there aren't very many good places to buy these coins quite often. So, you know, specialist collectors pick up these coins, but do have a little bit of a problem getting hold of them. Quite often there are dealers in Germany who do these coins. There are certainly dealers in Shanghai and Beijing that do these coins, but they're not. They're a little bit more hard work to get hold of than some of the others. Sovereigns. A lot of the sovereigns I had graded this time have the GB label. So codename 727 in the list of labels, and a lot of people have different variations of these. Some of them have early strike, first release. You know, people have made the point that if it's a strike on the day coin, is there any benefit to having early release or first releases? Although we've done it for a number of coins, the answer is probably no, not much benefit at all, because there was only one release day. They were all struck from early morning to late at night on the same day. 1,817 coins released. A lot of them have got 70, so they did a good job. Big contention with these coins, big bone of contention is the PF designation, because they're really not PF coins. They are MS coins, maybe a deep proof-like finish or a proof-like finish, or SP would be a far better designation for them. But both PCGS and NGC have chosen to use the PF, the proof designation, which makes it quite difficult to tell the real proof coins from the SP coins. So the Piedfort and the regular sovereign, they're all real proof coins. The 5 sovereign and the strike on the day are brilliant uncirculated, despite the fact that the COA says that they are proof on the strike on the day. There was an error in the printing of the COA, and the Royal Mint have attempted to try and get those error certificates back and then replace them with things that say brilliant uncirculated. However, NGC have taken it at face value, and they believe these coins are proof. I believe NGC are wrong. What do you believe? Do you think they have screwed up royally, or do you think they are deserving of being proof coin designated coins? Let me know what you think.